Hi, I'm Brett, and in this video, I'm going to show you how to generate a frequency output using mioDAQ and LabVIEW. Now I'm going to start with an example program that ships with LabVIEW. So I've got LabVIEW open. I'm going to go Help, Find Examples, and generating a frequency output uses one of the counters built into mioDAQ. So I'm going to search for counter, double click, and there's two that I want to point out. One is called counter finite output, and the other one is called continuous output. Also note this column right here, this little green board with the MX next to it. Those are all the example programs that are built to work with DAQ MX devices that have a counter built in. Okay, so I'm going to open up my finite output one by double clicking, and then I can close my example finder. This program is ready to run. It's pretty turnkey. I just have to make sure it's pointed to the right device. If you've ever done DAQ MX programming before, you can see the common train where you've got the setup, set the timing, set the parameters. You can add triggering if you want. Based off the front panel tab, we'll open up a triggering option. And then the task starts. And then once this is a finite acquisition or finite generation, so once it's generated all the pulses, it'll just close the task. But this is a great way to start programming if you want to include a frequency output in your program. Okay, so I'm going to do some quick configuring. I can use any of the counters, and this is a simple example, so I'm not using any of them, so I'm just going to pick channel 0 or counter 0. I wired a loop back because I want to see what's going on, and I picked pin 7. Now with mioDAQ, any pin can be input, output, or routed to one of the 4 counters. So you can pick the hardware however you want to, and then point everything in software, and it'll work. So I've got pin 7 output, and then I've got it wired to channel 0 for the input, and I've got a flex logger panel that I opened up real quick so we can see the output. So pin 7, I'm going to do a little bit faster frequency, so I'm going to do say 50 hertz. Keep a 50% duty cycle. I'm going to do like 3 seconds worth, so I'll do 150 pulses. And then here's the trigger settings if you wanted to add a trigger. But if you put no trigger, then there's no trigger, and it just starts whenever you hit run. All right, so you can see that I'm generating the signal and looping back to flex logger. I'm going to pause here. I only asked for 150 pulses. I'm not going to count, but that's 150 pulses. And you can see I've got my 50% duty cycle. If I'm going to come back here and want to change this up a little bit, I can do something like a 10%. And I'll double the pulses. Unpause my flex logger scope, run it again. So we'll see twice as many pulses generated and a 10% duty cycle, so much thinner pulses. And that's how you generate a frequency output using mioDAQ and LabVIEW.